Shawn, welcome to Australia. Is it your first time in Australia?
Yes, it is. Absolutely. And it's just, you guys are off the charts here. The weather, the company, the facilities, it's just unreal. Sydney's just such a beautiful city.
I mean, you've been teaching for a long time now.
Yeah, this is my 36th year of playing and my 26th year of teaching. And in the last 26 years, it's just been, there's been a lot of revelations. So first and foremost, my background is in anatomy. So I understand how the human body works and the inner workings under the hood. And then I've done some studies in the evolution of the human being. And that's really led me, through people like Jeff Mangum. I've had some fantastic exchanges with him. And he's an evolutionary expert before a putting expert. And that helps him do what he does. But feeding off of that, it really helped me in my overall teaching of the game, both putting and full swing. So we realized then that we are a structure designed for planet Earth. And then through 2.6 million years of evolution, we've learned how to have self-preservation. So if you've got 2 arms, 2 legs, and you're still alive, then you have 95% inside of you to do whatever you want. These interchange with axes, hammers, grass whips, golf clubs, cricket bats, right? So understanding how the tool works and then understanding how your body is designed in relation to what you want to do. So the science is coming out with saying, well, if you're focused internally, i.e., where do I place body part A in relation to body part B, your performance level decreases dramatically. Whereas if you think externally, like we're human beings, right? So here in Australia, it's nice and warm, I take my layers off. When I go back to Toronto, it's freezing cold, I put some layers on. If I want to cut some grass with my golf club, I feel the weight of my instrument and I feel the resistance and the friction with the grass. I'm an external person. So when I'm focusing on external focus, my performance goes through the roof. So I used YouTube to show my students, instead of giving them a take-home page. So I put a video together and I say, okay, when you go home and you want to remember what the lesson was, go to these video titles and this will help you out. And then I get some feedback from Australia, New Zealand, UK, and the United States, and I'm thinking, whoa, this is a game changer. It's something that's completely new and it's so much fun, but it helps me visit new countries. And I come down for a week. I know people say, Shawn, you're only coming down for a week. Are you nuts? And then I took the plane ride and I knew exactly what they were talking about. But it's still, the world is getting so much smaller. And Bonnie Doon was kind enough to extend their facilities for us. We have really solid golf balls, got good grass to hit the golf ball on. They got some nice targets out there, and especially here in the practice area, it's just phenomenal. They got a huge putting green up at the top where the clubhouse is, and down here right next to the range, you've got 3 different bunkers. We've got a long chipping green so that you can just practice every shot you need to practice. A facility that wants to grow the game of golf needs this. So that's one of the things I'm adamant about when I'm in Toronto. I said, for our facility, we're trying to find ways to integrate a short game area at our club, because an ownership that just opens up a golf course and just puts a little warm-up range there, just warm up and just go play, that's not going to help the game of golf. This is helping the game of golf. So I applaud Bonnie Doon for that, because when you come here when you come here for the day, you come and practice a short game, you come and practice your ball striking, you come practice your shot making, and then you go play. So now you're covering all aspects, and that's really important.
Technology, has that changed the way the golf swing now is?
It's made the game more fun in relation to equipment. The ball's going so much farther. I've been playing for a while, so I grew up on persimmon woods and wound balls, and the way the ball used to curve back then was way more than it is today. So with the new titanium drivers, it's made the game accessible for many more people because not everybody's going to play a blade with a heavy steel stiff shaft. That's all we played with 35 years ago, and it's made it accessible to women and to juniors and everybody else. So it's made the game a lot more fun. But a lot of the technology that's come out has really overcomplicated the game as well. You know, golf can be overtaught in many ways. And that's why when somebody looks at a video of mine and sees me cutting grass with a grass whip, they go, I can do that. You see? So that's the goal, is to get you to feel that you are extremely capable of doing it. So when somebody comes to a session, whether it's at my academy or in the States or in LA, you know, they leave feeling that they can do it. They leave with a big smile on their face and they go, I've never felt that before. I can't believe I hit that shot. Man, I can't wait to practice, you know, and they have a good structure on what to practice and how to focus. So it's...
you find yourself simplifying
hugely,
the swing a bit.
Hugely, yeah. So that's what we need.
Yeah, and maybe putting on a spot a little bit, is there like a one tip that, or one common issue you think across the range that golfers that...
Absolutely.
One that maybe...
and this is help you guys out with Ben Hogan. They talk about Ben Hogan's secret. Ben Hogan was a master at finding targets. In those days, they have their caddy out on the range with a shagger and a baseball glove. And they would hit shots toward the caddy. And then they'd say, okay, move a little bit this way, move a little bit. Okay, good, you're all set. And then they'd fire some shots toward the caddy. So their attention was always on target. So if, let's say, 2 million years ago, I fell down and broke my leg, what would happen to me? I'm a dead person. You see that happen, you say, whoa, that better not happen to me. So I'm gonna make sure I stay healthy to live to tomorrow and pass that on to my kids. And now let's say 2 million years later, we're in a little golf lesson together, right? So I ask you, take a little stone and we're gonna skip it on the pond here. So you take the stone, you look at the pond, and you go ahead and you skip the stone on the pond. Through your self-preservation, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to place a platform under your foot so you don't twist an ankle or break a leg, because that would be bad. And then your body is now able to pivot on top of that foot because your target's over there. Now your shoulders only have about 20 degrees of range of motion. So I'm going that way, throw the stone that way. Plant, turn, release. So another way of looking at it, let's say if you're a martial artist, and I want to snap a punch in your direction. So notice I haven't thrown my punch yet. The first thing I need to do is bring the weight forward. I don't think about that. The second thing that happens, I clear the body. Why? I can't punch you from here. So there we go. Now I have full access to your body. Okay? So Muhammad Ali said it best. He says, I need the ground to throw my punch. The power comes from the ground up. What's his target? It's not here. We're going there. So if you're standing over the ball and you're thinking about the ball and you're thinking about hitting the ball, this is a fantastic way to hit a golf ball. That's like beating a snake into the ground. So, but if my attention's out at the target, my action is now moving toward the target. Now this over-the-top motion is gone. My movement is moving in the proper direction. I just made 95% of the proper movements just by focusing properly. So if I had a tip for you, what's the game of golf? Take the ball and put it out to your target. See the target, set up matches where you want to go, and then the feel of that release into the target is what you need to polish. And that's why we use analogies like cutting grass with a grass whip, you know, batting with a baseball bat, or using a fencing sword to slash through something. So there's a very, you know, a specific feel that your anatomy is going to give you when you do that. You do the same thing with a golf club to a target, and amazing things are going to happen.
It does feel like maybe a more natural way to teach or learn.
Well, yeah, because that's how you're made. You see? So if I said, you know, make sure you get into that position, I'd be doing you a great disservice, because what does this position match? Where is this supposed to go? Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to find a position. That's a fashion show. It's not a golf swing. So let's go that way. Okay? Yeah.
Shawn, your videos are great.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for coming down to Australia.
Thank you very much. It was fantastic to be here. All right. All the best.